Welcome to the stream. Alrighty, tonight we are doing Dubai to Abu Dhabi. And we have never been in an airport with so many aircraft. Look at all of them. It's insane. Pretty crazy big city too. It's probably going to be a bit laggy as we take off. There she is. Teppo is waiting for us. What was that? Minion covers. Okay, so the plan for today is to take off from Dubai. I'm just going to pretty much fly around. We'll have a manual flight, so we'll use a bit of heading select and just mosey around super low and just check out all the islands, like Palm Islands and the Earth and all those ones they never finished, and then just some of the other cliche things like the BURJ KHALIFA. I haven't actually added that to the flight plan yet. And it's in no particular order. I've just dotted in some of the things I want to check out. And that was just a first random waypoint. And then the Earth. And then back to, what was it called again? The BURJ, I can't remember. The building with the helipad that looks like a sail. Back to the original Palm Island, which is actually developed, so we'll fly around there a bit. And then to the other one to check out how much has been developed, although I don't think much is happening there. And then onwards to Abu Dhabi, just as a short flight. But mostly we're just going to be flying around, and then I'm pretty sure we'll spot the BURJ KHALIFA, and we'll go and possibly do a low fly past that as well. Yeah, let's just go and check it out. Alrighty. Fire up this bird. Why is it saying PC off? Maybe that's just because we don't have power yet. That's usually not a good sign if things aren't working. Switch is on. And I don't know. Okay, let's try and start her up and see what happens. Oh wait, we needed to give it a second. Pitot heat off. Off. On. I don't know why it's reading that. Maybe, although when I turn it off it doesn't do anything. I thought maybe just because it's really hot here. We might not even need it on. We're definitely not going to be flying high enough for it to get cold. I just heard something else tick. That's ticked it off again. Something's not set up right on my controls here. I don't like that. Anyway, let's see. Hopefully it won't cause any other problems. We might actually have to use our little lawnmower today because of where we're parked. But now we can turn around. Okay, let's see which way we're heading out. Let's request some clearance.
Dubai ground. Pulse Fa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er with Alpha. Request taxi for takeoff. Departing straight out.
3,000 feet is
Pulse Fa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Taxi to and
I'm not going to use the nav.
30,
I might just use the heading select.
Mike 1 Alpha, Mike 15 Alpha. Contact tower on 11.9.05 when ready.
Yes, simple.
Taxi to and hold short runway tree 0. Right via taxiway Lima. Mike 1 Alpha, Mike 15 Alpha. Pulse Fa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Heading at 299, so that's basically going to be where we're flying out to. There we go. Okay, and heading's on, VS is on. Okay, so that's ready if we need it. And I think, yeah, we'll just have a bit of a manual flight and just basically fly around and check out Dubai. So we're not really doing much of a travel. We are going to land on the next leg, but it's again only half an hour away. Okay, parking brakes. Power. We'll just turn it. There's no one to our right. We're on the end parking, luckily. There are so many planes in this airport. Whoa! Okay. What the hell's going on? Okay, I'm just gonna go down here. Oh, now it's telling me to go down here. I swear it was leading me around before. Things getting a bit confused, I think. Let's have a look. Oops. Where am I? Oops. Okay, we've got a little ways to go. We're over there, and like right in the middle of the pile. Where does this go? So many yellow lines. It's going to be a long taxi. Like now we're facing in the right direction, but it wants us to turn again. Getting closer to the runway. Is it putting us on right here? We're going to taxi all the way down the runway backwards. Uh-oh, here's another massive hill. What's up with this airport? Ooh. I highly doubt this is what it's like in reality. Yeah, we're coming up to the short hold already now. Okay, I'm gonna do my own navigation here. Ooh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I'm hearing other aircraft. Oh, there he is. Alright. He just landed. We were literally about to roll onto that runway. Okay, let's taxi down the side. Get a little bit of power on account of we taxiing on like a 45-degree angle here. Probably a little bit too much power for taxi. How are you feeling today, Tsepo? You well rested? Ready for our journey? Yeah, we're nearly halfway down the runway. We are not going to need all of this. Good Lord. I think the majority of this stream is just going to be a taxi out of Dubai. Oh, dodgy dog. Okay, nearly there. We could probably turn on at the next hold short. And I might actually, because the runway, this taxiway is so dodgy. Let's turn on here. I reckon this will be enough. 30 right.
Dubai Tower. Pose FA Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Ready for departing straight out at runway 30 right.
Pose FA Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er, hold short runway 30 right. Traffic is Boeing 737 on the runway. Sky Dubai 1087, QNH 997. Cleared for takeoff runway 30 right.
Hold short runway 30 right. Pose FA Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Didn't see anyone, but I guess we'll have to just hang tight. They'll give us clearance eventually. Come on. I don't see anyone on this. There's a couple of homies moving around there. They might have come off now. Oh no, that was a mistake. Clearance. Why are they not giving us clearance?
Dubai Airport information out.
No, we don't want the information. I want you to give us clearance. That's what I want. There's no one on the runway. Excuse me, Zippo. I'm seeing or feeling an illegal takeoff coming soon if we don't get clearance. There's literally no one in sight. It's wasting my fuel. Ah, there we go.
Alpha 879er, QNH 997 departing straight out approved. Cleared for takeoff runway 30 right.
Beautiful. Step on.
Cleared for takeoff runway 30 right. Pose FA Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Alrighty, taxi. Lights. That's turned our pitot heat off again. I don't know what's going on with our lights today, but let's get out of here. Snoopy, no one's landing now that they've given us clearance. I'm pretty much going to start picking up speed because we're not using the whole runway. Let's hope no one's coming up from behind us. speed's dead as well. So something's not right. Did I turn on avionics? I mean, Avimaster. Okay, well this happens from time to time. We probably should have reset. But on account of we are just flying VFR the whole time, I think we can just follow our flight plan. We're not going to know how high we are though, because we have no altitude. We jump out of the plane. Nope, that's blank there too. Alrighty, let's see how we go. I should have known that right from the start when the pitot heat was acting up. Oops, first turn. Pull that out a little bit. Why is it not facing? No, that's not what we want. Orientation, heading up. Everything's reset itself. Like something's bugged out. We still have a flight plan there. Okay. Recenter on aircraft. We don't really need to worry too much. Sorry, I'm not really talking into the mic. Okay, let's just have a look around. See if we can spot the Burj Khalifa. There it is. Okay, that was easy. Okay. So, that's obviously on land. We're flying straight towards the Earth at the moment. That's probably going to be the most uneventful part of the journey, so let's go check that out first. And then after that we will head back to the Burj Khalifa, because it's right there, and we've spotted it.
Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er, leaving my airspace. Frequency change approved.
Dubai Tower. Pulse Far Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Frequency change.
And gear. Whoops. We're really not doing so well. I was a bit distracted by the instruments. Okay, so what we can do, I did this last time and it did work, is we can shut everything off and try again. It doesn't shut the aircraft off, and we've BFR anyway, and that might reset things. It's probably not going to reset our speed and altitude on account of we set it in the middle of the air. Anyway, doesn't matter. We can see everything we need to see. I'd say we're probably around about 1,000 to 2,000 feet. It's really hard to say. But there comes the Earth up ahead of us. We might actually have to go a bit lower to get below the smog. I was hoping there'd be less smog today. The plan was to try and go in early morning.
Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er is type Diamond DA62. 1 mile southwest of Oscar, Mike Alpha Delta Zulu 0. Request flight following.
Like when you're flying to...
Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er, Dubai approach. Squawk 2175.
Squawk 2175. Pulse Far Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
879er. Radar contact 2 miles southwest of Oscar, Mike Alpha Delta Zulu 800. UNH 9er 7.
Roger. Pulse Far Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Lose a little bit of power. You can kind of see there, like flying up towards it, how cool that would have been. Because you're still really close to shore, but you fly away enough. And I suppose with all the smog and the... what's the dust from the desert, I suppose. I'm not really being fair by calling it smog. Although I'm sure a bit of it is smog. But it would have really been a cool idea. And then just the arrival alone. But yeah, I don't think there's anything out here really. I think these are just sandbanks. Be a cool place to go and camp. Wait, there we go. There's a little bit of development. Again, I could have and should have done a little bit of research. I might do some videos or some edits of this. Some shorter videos. And then I'll add a little bit of information. But clearly it's a little bit developed around here. only a few hundred feet now. So we'd be up above like Greenland and stuff now, I guess. The only continent I can kind of make out is South America and a bit of Africa. And I guess the idea was to fill it more and more. I don't really know, but sadly I guess we never will. Cool idea, but I can't help but feel like even when it started, I think it started in like the early 2000s, and they started the first Palm Island, and that was cool. It seemed bold, but they were pulling it off, and it was cool. And then they started the second one, which was 3-5 times the size or whatever, or volume-wise. And then they started the third one with this, and it was even then it was just like, seriously, you're taking on a bit too much. And now, sadly. Well, who knows? We'll see what happens in the future. It would be a cool place to go camp, and I'm sure you can make use of it. They're probably quite cheap, but they'd probably come with requirements of you to give it power and certain livable. I know Richard Branson, that's how he got his island. I read his autobiography years ago. It was a very cool story, but he didn't pay very much at all for his island. But it was on the condition that within 24 months or a certain time period, he made it habitable. So he had to get drinkable water on the island and power and make it like a habitable place. And at the time when he bought it, he certainly wasn't in a position to do that. But he took a chance. And now Necker Island is like one of the coolest islands in the world. We're over South America at the moment, and we'll head straight from here, straight towards the BURJ KHALIFA, which is not currently on our flight plan, but that's okay, because we don't exactly have many instruments working anyway. Let's just zoom out a bit more. Yeah, it's a big ship. So after the BURJ, which I imagine is here, yeah, that'll probably be it there. Oh yeah, there it is. Is that it? Yeah, no, yes, no, I don't know. It's kind of hard to tell. The swimming pools and stuff make me feel like that's it, or it could be here. Nah, I love that though. Power. Clearly it's directly in front of us, so it must be that. It must be this complex here. Let's get a little bit more altitude happening. And then we'll backtrack over to the BURJ Al Arab. I think that's what it's called. That was like the original project. I don't think any of these little projects, I don't even think this or any of this was built. Whoa, well this certainly wasn't, or it was started maybe. But I remember watching a documentary on this, very cool. Obviously we can't land on it because you're not in a helicopter. Comment below if you'd like us to do a landing on there. I'm not the best helicopter pilot. Anyway, let's pay a little bit of attention. No, the smaller buildings in front of us, no. And no, we're not going to crash into the building, we're just going to go fly around it. I think it's 1,800 feet. It would have been nice, again, to have our altimeters working, because we could have figured that out. I love all the water below. I presume you can swim in that. crazy. We're only like halfway up. Let's try and fully circle it. Oh, pushing the limits of our plane a little bit here. There she is. We're kind of getting... No, we're still nowhere near the top. Whoa. Sorry, Temple. Cool. This would have been a good opportunity to use the Temple view. This is an amazing building. Alrighty. BURJ Al Arab. Let's go. Get ourselves back in position. Okay, I'm gonna look on the map for this one. It is to the left of us, so direct to. We don't need too much altitude for this one. We'll lose a little bit of power and speed. Speed. There it is. That's awesome. That is a beautiful piece of architecture as well, and that's like 25 years old now. Well, I hope there's no other buildings to... Well, no. Haven't loaded in yet, but I'm pretty sure they would have if that one has already. Oh, let's power up a little bit. We're losing a little bit of altitude here. You don't want to get too close. I know my graphics aren't the best. They're not set at the best, but it doesn't look that beautiful when you get too close. But I imagine this building should have some pretty good graphics because you can actually land on it. And a lot of the buildings aren't actually solid. This one obviously has to be. Might drop some flaps. We might be able to fly a bit slower. Landing is going to be interesting. Hopefully we'll still get stall warnings. So cool.
Post Spa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er contact approach on 122.5. Good day.
Good day. We're not quite at an approach yet.
122.5. Post Spa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Alrighty. Quick little view of BURJ Al Arab. What's next? Okay, so next is the actual Palm Island, the one that got developed. So let's try and fly straight down like the main motorway onto it. There it is there. Aircraft kind of pretty sure we're lower than him on account of we're like in line with the buildings. He's probably quite high up. Okay, let's center. Okay, where does it start? There, okay. Again, that is also... This is a very cool... Whoa, getting a little bit close to these buildings. Pretty cool feat of human engineering. I do need to go to Dubai one day. I've been once, but I didn't actually. I just flew. It was a stopover, and I got a couple hours in a hotel, but I just slept. Yeah, look at all of those. So I guess those are apartments, or maybe hotels. Let's see that. Yeah, that's cool. I'd live here. One random big building. That must be a fat hotel. The one annoying, like as cool as it is, it must be really annoying if you live like right at the end. Because you can't just drive down the middle. Is there a bridge at the end? Let's see. No, it looks like the road ends. It's probably a tunnel. That probably goes underground. And I'm guessing pops back out here. Yo, these would be some sick resorts. Try this view. Is that the road network along the front? Whoa. You'd have to drive all the way around unless, I'm guessing there's a tunnel. Let's go and have another look. Still got flaps out? Yes. I'm guessing this main artery, it doesn't just stop. There's no like cul-de-sac or roundabout, so they must go underground. Let's see if the cars head underground. Okay, they haven't animated it, but I reckon we'll have a look later. Okay, let's bring our flaps in. Power up. On to the next destination. So what's next? We've seen pretty much everything. It's now just the failed islands. The failed Palm Islands. Pity about the mistiness. Video, I did do it at midday. It probably would have been better to do it in the morning. That was the plan. But I was at work. Okay, so let's stay on the ocean and eventually we'll just come across it. Yeah, we got to turn out a little bit. There's some less creative projects. They just built a triangle out into the ocean. Wonder what that one is. Someone just wanted to build their own country. Just built their own island. Their own continent. What are we getting close to? We're way... Oh yeah, that's the man-made. This is also all man-made. That's crazy, man. Do they realize they have an entire desert of space behind them? I mean, I get that the coast is the nicest part. And obviously, these are for shipping. build where the water is. Oh, it is pretty cool. It's a pity, again, it's not developed, because if it was, you could almost see now, like, it used to seem so silly, and it was so small, and it was like, really, you're like playing God by trying to create continents, and you're making this tiny little speck. But now when you look at it like that, they have made a significant dent on their, you know, their land mass, but none of it's occupied. Anyway, where are we? There we are, okay. Oh yeah, there it is. So sad. Even bigger footprint. And the crown didn't even like get formed properly. That's sad. Could have at least been a nice symmetrical shape. They didn't even get that done. Yeah, and the amount of work to establish this. It's insane. They should remove the island from the middle, keep the wall, and just have an insane, like, or maybe keep one small island and have like a really cool, like, water world inside here with like an artificial ocean. You could turn it into an ocean farm or something. They should use this space as farming. In between each lane, you could have farms. Ocean farms, obviously, instead of fishing the oceans. It's not a bad idea. Heard it here first. Well, I'm sure someone has thought of that. But if they haven't, so crazy. Back when the world had money and we could build cool things, I don't think we'll ever, well, hopefully, but I don't think in my lifetime we'll achieve things like this again. There'll be cool apps. Yay. Is this part of it? Oh yeah, it's the outer barrier. Well, that was pretty cool. And check them all out. Let's get ourselves en route for the last little leg. Whoopsie daisy. Let's get our nose down. Pay a little bit of attention to what's happening. Let's pop on the nav. And I might. Is it going to want to lead us? Heading. Okay, let's put the GPS on.
Engaging autopilot.
Autopilot's on, GPS is on now. It's set to 3,000. I'm interested to see what it makes of that. If we keep climbing it, if it's going to level us out at 3,000, if it just knows where that is, or, I mean, we could already be higher than 3,000. I really have no, oh no, we're not, because there's our pink lines, yeah, so, okay, so we can get a sense of our altitude. GPS knows how high 3,000 feet is. Let's bring that down. There's 1,000 feet. Are we really that low? I guess we're not that high. Where's the BURJ KHALIFA? Are we above it? Oh, it's too far to see now. Anyway, we're en route. And I do believe that's going to be roughly accurate, so creep up to 1,000 feet and I'll just cruise along the 1,000 feet. And it's about, let's see if this is giving us, yeah, 32 miles, so it's a very short flight. And that's straight to the runway. And we have a long final to fly. Let's stick in Tree Alpha Delta Victor. Add to flight plan. And Rudon. Add to flight plan as waypoint. 4. There we go. adjusting. I like it. Usually it just turns the nav off. Whoa, that's quite a steep bank you've given us. Autopilot. Sometimes it gives me this ring as well, and I also don't know if that's got to do with my speed not working. Who knows? I think my PC needs a restart. Hasn't had one for a little while. Let's relax for a little bit. 1,000 feet. Oh. to that, we're actually flying at ground level. I think now it's reset, so it doesn't have our altitude. But we're level at whatever height we're at. I think it's time we switch back over to... Oh yes, I think it's definitely time we switch back over. Except, could we have a word with approach, please? Contact approach.
Approach. Pulse 5 Sierra Alpha Alpha 8790.
Post 5 Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Approach. QNH 996. Radar contact continue.
Yeah, it's autopilot off. We need nearest airport. What was our airport called? Abu... doesn't look like any of those. Start losing some altitude here. Oh, whoops, hang on, back. That's what I wanted to do. OMAA. Show me my airport. We're on ground or clearance? Tower. Set, there we
Abu
go.
Dabi Tower. Pulse 5 Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er is 8 miles northeast. 0 with echo to land.
Post 5 Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Abu Dhabi Tower. QNH 996. Fly left base runway, treat 1 left.
We need to lose some serious
Fly left
altitude.
base runway, treat 1 left. Pulse 5 Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
There's our runway, I think. Whoa, okay. Easy now. Yeah, the airport's right there. Can't see it because it's like we're basically above it. But it's... Oh no, we're not. Okay. There's the start of our runway. Okay, now we're all good. We're all good. I've just got to watch the speed because I have no idea how fast I'm going. Let's try and slow down a little bit. Put some flaps out. So we're all good. Let's bring her in. Friend who lives in Dubai. I must find out where she lives and why she doesn't live on the Palm Islands. I'm assuming, I wonder if we have wind. I doubt it. Oh, we do. That's the only thing we do have, so we're going to have a bit of a headwind. It's crosswind at the moment, but we should land straight into a little bit of a headwind. There we go, we've lost. It's about 500.
Clear to land runway, tree 1 left. Pulse 5 Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Coming in a bit shallow on the turn. The airport's like right there. I've sort of lost orientation a bit, but I can see my map. So I'm taking this turn early. I don't want to take it too early. are super low now. I forgot that this isn't actually the turn isn't onto long final. So we've got a bit of time still. Oh shit, we're stalling. Whoa. I don't know what speed we're at. I knew we were going slow though. There's our runway, okay. All good. Oh, that's not our runway. We're on runway left. On the left. Left runway. That's why the turn was so early. There's our runway. Okay, so it's not a graceful flight. But we got there. Got there in the end. Okay, let's lose some power because we probably picked up a lot of speed now. Let's get full flaps. Pick up the power. Oh, we got some poppy for a change. Perfect. Haha. A little bit low. Oh, very low. A little bit more power. Very little crosswind. Up and high now. Okay, we're just gonna have to sort of ease it on and not stall. Probably land a bit fast. Oh, okay, there we go.
Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Turn next taxiway.
That was a pretty good landing. Which way are you turning us off? Because I don't need to roll any further. I landed before the threshold.
Spa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Contact ground on 120.425.
What's that, Paul?
120.425 for Pose Fa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Cool, that was a successful little flight despite all the problems with the aircraft. Are we just not far? No, we've passed. Taxi to parking. The parking was 301.
Pose Fa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Request taxi to parking.
Pose Fa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er. Taxi to gate 309er using taxiway Echo
309.
14 Echo Echo 9er Sierra Foxtrot.
I just can't quite remember where that actually was.
Taxiing to gate 309er via taxiway Echo 14 Echo Echo 9er Sierra Foxtrot. Pose Fa Sierra Alpha Alpha 879er.
Hope it's not too far away. Taxi lights, speedo heat just went off again. Anyway, no structural failure, so that's good. All our controls worked. I think it's in this parking. They don't exactly have small parkings. Well, they do, but... Or I pulled off the wrong side of the runway. It doesn't show you on free flight. Okay, it's pretty far away. I think it's over here. Possibly this end one. Are we turning here? Yes, sweet. Okay, I was wrong. Maybe here then. Yeah, I can see it turning. Okay, hopefully that's us there. Ah, there we are. There's my little lawn. That's us there. Is it this one? No. Whoopsie. Next one. Yeah. 309. The smallest gate they had for us. I didn't need to go to gate. Well, it's a parking, I think, or... What did, yeah, no, we taxied to parking. Yeah. It's technically a gate as well, though. There's a big wide turn for the super heavies. They gave us a traffic cone. Thoughtful of them. Some airports have people waiting for you and directing you in, and then the big ones, they just give you a cone and a lawnmower. Alrighty, well, that was semi-eventful on account of none of the instrumentation worked, well, only half of it did. We got there in the end. Vito is well confused. Every switch I hit, like, confuses it. I don't quite know what went wrong there. Anyway, let's hop out, get our photo. Quite a few aircraft at this airport too. One token building. I don't want the lawnmower in it. Yeah, that'll do. Alright, thank you for joining me, Zeppel, and anyone who watches. And join us on the next one. We're going to go from Abu Dhabi. I think I might just head, it's going to be a long haul, and I might just head as far as the plane flies away from the war zone. I want to get to Africa. Let's just orientate this map quickly. Let's use the other map. So, next route we're gonna look at. There we go. So, we need to put this flight in. Actually, I haven't added it. So, Dubai to Abu Dhabi. Oopsie. Abu Dhabi. Oh, come on, man. Really? Okay. Great success. Let me just see what that airport code is quickly. Oscar Mike Alpha Alpha. Oscar Mike Alpha Alpha. Let's see if that finds it. Boom, there we go. So we'll ignore all the other little fly arounds that we did. But yeah, the goal is to try and now just head straight down. Maybe even, I don't know, I want to get away from this part of the world. It's not a happy place in the world at the moment. So ideally, let's just pop a cursor on. Yeah, we'll avoid this part of the world. So I want to try and, I don't know how, the longest leg I ever did I think was this one here, or that there. 23 to 24 was a big one. That was about 5 hours. So in a push we could do, we might make it to the point over here, and then we can start heading down the side of Africa and towards Madagascar. So that'll be in the next one. But yeah, that's going to be a long haul. I might even try and aim for this island. Let's see if we pop in, add the waypoint. I don't know. Do I have to, can I just save it? No. Add waypoint. Do I need to know what it's called? Maps. Let's have a quick look here. Zoom on around the world. So that is the island of Asma. Well, that's the big word that it says. It's the name of my mother-in-law. So we'll be going there, I reckon. Asma, and here's the nearest airport. Socotra. So I can't say these words. Socotra Airport. Let's try that. Socotra. Oops. The word airport might be a bit much. What's the area? I don't know what its airport code is. This is the one thing that really bugs me about Flight Sim, is that it doesn't give you this information very easily. Like, the map doesn't tell you these things. It doesn't tell you the continents. country names. Okay, we've got an airport there. Oscar Yankee Sierra Quacha or Quebec. Yeah, okay, sweet. How long is that though? Doesn't really tell me, but it's shorter than that. So we can do that. So that's our next leg. Shoots that little island, and then we'll shoot down another long leg into the spine of Africa here. Along. What's that going to be called? As soon as I look on Google Maps, I can just see names I recognize. Somalia, ooh, okay, maybe we don't want to go along there, but anyway, we're gonna have to. So we'll have a quick stop in Somalia, try not get our plane commandeered. I think you don't want to sail around there, but I think we'll be alright at like 10,000 feet, we'll go high. And then Mombasa, which is basically in the gap here somewhere. And then into Mozambique, and that'll be cool. And then we'll jump across to Mauritius. Madagascar, and then Mauritius is over here, I think. So we got some cool, or it might be that one, I don't know. Again, there's no names on here, so I can't figure it out. Got some cool ones ahead, and the climate's going to change heaps. We're in the desert now, so we're going to get into the tropics. And I'm from South Africa, so I know that this coastline is sick and really tropical and warm and thundery, and should get some interesting weather. And then along here is savage, rough weather, rough coastlines. So yeah, some more exciting flights to come. Until then,